class 8 students. So this is part 2 of chapter algorithm and flowchart. Today I'll tell you how to draw the flowchart. So in the previous video we have discussed about the symbols with their names and their purpose and functions. So with the help of these we are going to draw the flowchart today. So before drawing that I have to tell you what are the rules to draw the flowchart. So first rule is start and stop symbol. So this one was start and stop symbol. Second was the general direction of the flow in any flowchart. It should be from top to bottom or from left to right. Okay. Then third rule is the flow lines should not cross each other. Okay. These are the flow lines. They should not cross each other. These are some basic rules that you have to follow while making the flowchart. Now we are going to draw the flowchart. So class, here question is calculate sum product of two numbers. So we have to take two numbers. Suppose I have taken A and B, two numbers. Now I have to show the product also and the sum also of both the numbers. So as the rule was there, first you have to put the start or stop symbol. So I have created the start symbol. Now it should be from top to bottom. So I have taken from this, or you can take from left to right also. So first flow line I have drawn. See, this is a input output box where I have inputted two numbers A and B that I am taking. Then next one they are saying, because they are saying to find the sum. So here we are doing the sum of A and B. So I have taken two numbers A plus B and sum I have taken a variable. Next we will print it. Okay, in the flowchart we will print the sum. So whatever the number you have taken, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, so their sum will be processed here. Now they are saying to do the product also in the same flowchart. So product equals to A into B. We will not take the into sign. We will take asterisk. In place of multiply sign, we will take asterisk. That means to multiply two numbers in computers. So product equals to A into B. Then again we have to print the product and finally stop, because the question is saying only to sum and to product the product of the two numbers. So we have done with the sum also and the product also. And again we are putting the stop symbol here. So stop again will be like the start one. So this way you have to draw the flowchart. Another example of the flowchart is to find the greatest number between the two numbers. Okay, whatever the number is given between them, so we have to find the which one is greater or which one is greatest. So again we are taking the start box. Then we have to take two numbers, read A and B. Then you remember this was a conditional box. Okay, so is A equals to B? It will compare the two numbers, whatever you will enter. Is A equals to B? If it is correct, if it is yes, then it will go this side and it will come here and it will print both are equal and it will get stop. But if this condition is not satisfied, means this condition gets wrong, so it will go to no part, and in no part again it will check which is greater now. Okay, if they are not equal, so which one is greater? So that's why we will check this under the conditional box. Is A is greater than B? If this condition gets true, then it will print A is greater, and if this condition get false, it means no. So then B will be greater and finally it will stop. So this way it used to work. The flowchart is used to work between the two numbers to find the greatest one. So here the question was, write an algorithm and make a flowchart to calculate the area of circle. And you are knowing about the area of circle. Area of circle is pi r square. So this is the area of circle, pi r square. So we are going to write the algorithm first, then we are going to draw the flowchart of it. Okay. So first step is to read the values and store them in rad and pi. So whatever the values you will take of rad means radius and pi. This 22/7. Okay, we will not take the numeric value because it's an algorithm. So we will take pi. Then step 2, you have to compute the area of circle, and area of circle formula is pi r square. So we will write in this form, pi into r means rad into rad means radius into radius, because we have taken radius as rad. Now step 3 will be, it will print all the values and area of circle. Okay, whatever the area of circle, after calculating this formula, whatever we will get, it will get printed by it. So I'll tell you now how to draw the flowchart of this algorithm. See here. So we have to read the values, store them in pi. See, first step was read the values and store them in pi. First, what we have to do, we have to draw the flowchart. So like this, we will draw the start, okay, then a flow line, then they are saying to read. So this we will write in the input output box because we are giving it as input. So it is read, two values we are taking, red and pi only. Afterwards, what it will do, it will compute area of circle, means pi into red means pi into radius. So it will be in a processing box, and processing box is of rectangular shape. So now area of circle equals to pi into radius. Within box you will write. Afterwards, they are saying to print the value of area of circle. So in this parallelogram, we are going to print the value. So you will write display area of circle. And now we have done with all the steps. So finally we will stop it. And how you are going to stop? As you have done the starting. Okay, so it will be stopped over here. This is the flowchart for area of circle, to find out the area of circle, and this is the algorithm. After that, I'll give you some homeworks regarding this, and for that you have to write the algorithm as well as for the flowchart. So class, your assignment question number 1 is, what is algorithm? Write any 3 characteristics of algorithm. Okay, you have to put the headings and define it also. Second is define flowchart. Write any 2 advantage of it. Any 2 of your choice you can write. Then third one is, what is the use of input and output box? You have to draw the box also, and you have to write the use. Then fourth one is, when do we use process box? So the requirement of the process box is used when. This you have to write. Then fifth one is, what is the use of decision box? This all 5 answers you have to do in your copy, plus one flowchart I am giving to you. For this you have to write the algorithm and also the flowchart, as I have done for the area of circle, the flowchart also and the algorithm same you have to write. See, the question is, write an algorithm and make the flowchart to check whether the number is even or odd. So what basically you used to do, you used to divide it. If the remainder equals to 0, then the number will be even. If the remainder is not equals to 0, then the number is odd. So you have to write the algorithm as well as the flowchart of this. Algorithm you are going to write on the lining page, and the flowchart you have to draw with pencil on the white page in front of that. Okay, so this condition you can use. I have given the hint how you are going to write. This divide sign we used to write. Divide you used to do to check the number is even or odd. So in place of divide you will put this sign, and this sign is called as modulo. Okay, we used to call it modulo. We will check the remainder. If the remainder is equals to 0, then it will be an even number. If the remainder is not equals to 0, then it will be a odd number. So for this question, you have to draw the flowchart and the algorithm on a separate page. Algorithm will be on lining page and flowchart will be on blank page.